Hi guys, welcome to your half-hour yoga practice. We're going to be working on arm balances and strength today. So we're going to begin seated, just getting yourself into a comfortable position, kneeling if possible. If it's a bit tough for your knees, you might want to pop something between your heels and your bum. Otherwise just sitting cross-legged. Bringing your hands into your lap and closing your eyes. And just allowing the outside world to drop away. Outside noises to fade, letting go of distractions, of stresses, of worries, and instead drawing yourself further inwards, connecting with your breath, following the inhale and exhale. And then on your inhale, reaching for the sky, arms stretching skywards. Exhale down. Inhale, extend, lifting through the spine. Exhaling, releasing, maintaining that length. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Inhale, chest expands, ribcage rises. Exhaling, relaxing. Inhaling, shoulders away from ears, and then on your exhale, dropping to your right hand side. Inhale to the center, exhaling to the left hand coming to the mat, right arm coming up and over. Inhale to the center, exhale to the right, keeping both sitting bones down, working with the rhythm of your own breathing, stretching through the obliques of the extended side. Every exhale releases tension, every inhale expands the body. Returning to the center, stretching up and away, then bringing your left hand to your right knee and your right hand to the side. Bring it as far behind you as you comfortably can without curving your spine. Inhaling the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Exhaling, deepening the twist. Again, without forcing, letting every breath carry you deeper into the rotation. And then returning to the center and out the other side. Inhaling, crown of the head rises. Exhaling, left hand reaches that little bit further behind you. Keeping that spine reaching through towards the ceiling. Returning to the center, and I'm just going to shift around so you can see me a little bit more easily. And keeping your heels, sitting bones down towards your heels, stretch your hands away in front of you, coming into extended child. Fingertips stretch away, sitting bones press back. This is a resting pose you can come to anytime you need a break through the practice. And coming up onto all fours, tucking your toes under. And bringing yourself through to downward dog. You can bend your knees here, you can bend one then the other or both at the same time. And just give yourself a little rock working into position. First downward dog of the day. Fingers spread, hands pressed firmly down, sitting bones lifting up and back, thigh muscles engaged to lift your kneecaps. Head hangs heavy. Looking forward now, stepping your right leg forward, following with your left and tipping into forward fold. Head hangs heavy, weight coming to the front of your feet. Thighs engaged, tummy pulling up towards your spine. And then as you inhale, begin to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking one on top of the other. Shoulders coming last, and then inhale, sweep your arms to the ceiling. Allow yourself a little back bend and return your hands to prayer in front of your heart. On your inhale, sweeping your arms overhead, allowing a little back bend. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, bringing your hands towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, looking forwards. Exhaling, stepping back. Pressing into downward dog. Hips coming up and back, chest pressing back towards your thighs, tummy muscles engaged, squeezing up towards the spine. Heels are tending towards the mat without forcing, arms extending, pressing the mat firmly away from you. Then rolling over your toes, come forward to plank. Nice straight line from heels to shoulders. Hands directly under shoulders, gaze is forward of the mat. And then dropping down to chaturanga. Lowering all the way to the mat, feet come flat. Inhale up, coming into cobra. Just rising as high as you're comfortable with. Exhale down, toes tuck under, push up and back. Downward facing dog. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs, head hanging loose. Inhale, sweeping your right leg up to the ceiling, pressing that foot away from you, creating that leg as strong as you can, pushing firmly into both hands still, and then bringing it back down to the mat. Inhale, sweeping your left leg up to the ceiling, spreading the toes, engaging the muscles, squeezing them down to the bone, chest pressing back towards your standing thigh, and returning the foot to the mat. Return to downward dog. Looking forward, stepping your right leg, then left leg between your hands. Exhale into forward bend, head hangs heavy. And inhale, sweeping all the way up, reaching for the sky, little back bend. Exhaling back to prayer. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, forward bend, sweeping all the way down. Inhale, scoop, chest rises, looking forward. Exhale, stepping back, taking plank. Nice straight line from heels to shoulders, tummy squeezing towards your spine. Making sure your hips aren't rising up or sagging down. And then coming down through chaturanga to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, tucking your toes under, pushing up and back, downward facing dog. Pressing the mat away through your hands, fingers spread, palms pressing firmly down. Chest pressing back towards your thighs. Sitting bones reaching up and back. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. And then sweeping forward, coming into one-legged plank. Back leg stays strong and lifted. Still pressing the floor away through your hands. Come down to chaturanga, legs still raised. Lower both legs to the mat. Inhale up, cobra, tuck toes under. Exhale, all the way back. Downward facing dog, pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Inhale, sweeping the left leg up, strengthening the leg, squeezing the muscles to the bone, making sure it's really active. Rocking forward over your toes, coming into a one-legged plank, keeping that back leg strong and firm. Tummy muscles are engaged, make sure you're not sagging down. And all the way down to chaturanga, placing both feet on the floor, up to cobra. Allowing your shoulder blades to slide down your back there. And tucking your toes under, pushing up and back, downward facing dog. Looking forward, bending your knees, jump or step forward. Exhale into forward bend, allowing your head to be heavy, and then inhale, sweeping all the way up, little back bend. Exhale, returning your hands to prayer. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, forward bend, allowing your head to be heavy. And then inhale, scooping forward, lengthening your spine. Exhale, bending your elbows, jump or step back. All the way down to chaturanga, feet come flat. Inhale to cobra. Releasing back down to the mat, tucking your toes. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Breathing. Inhaling your right leg to the ceiling, pressing up high with the sole of the foot. And then coming on to plank again, and roll yourself into side plank. That right leg can come to the floor if it needs to for balance. It can stagger, but if you can, keeping it in the air, hovering it above your supporting leg. Rolling back through to one-legged plank, holding, keeping that lifted leg strong all the way down to the floor. Both feet on the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down, tucking your toes under, downward facing dog. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs. And inhale your left leg to the ceiling, strengthening it, spreading the toes, squeezing the muscle down to the bone. And rolling forward into one-legged plank. Squaring your hips and then rolling to the right hand side this time, lifting the left arm to the ceiling, keeping that left leg lifted if you can. If you have to stagger it, do whatever you need to do. Make this pose available to you, whatever form works for you. Rolling back, one-legged plank, and then all the way down to chaturanga. Both feet come flat. Inhale up, gaze rises. Exhale down, tucking your toes under, downward facing dog. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs, head's hanging heavy. Take a moment to reconnect with your breathing once more. And then looking forward, bending your knees, jump or step, forward bend. And inhale, sweeping skywards. Exhale, returning to prayer. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, hinging at the hips, nice flat back, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog this time, strengthening your legs. Exhale, back to downward facing dog, pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Looking forward, bring your forearms down to the mat and lift up again, keeping your legs strong without bending your knees, without changing the angle at your waist. Lowering your elbows, pressing into the palms to lift back up. Lower both together, press down to lift back up. And again, keeping your tummy muscles tight, lifting up towards your spine, and pressing back to downward dog. Looking forward, bend your knees, jump or step, coming into forward bend. Exhale down. Inhale, sweeping skywards, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, returning your hands to prayer. Inhale, sweeping your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, jumping back to plank. Down to chaturanga. Rolling your toes over, lifting up to upward dog. Legs are clear of the floor. Tucking your toes under, pressing back to downward facing dog. Remember, you can take a break and extend to child anytime you need to. Looking forward, bring your forearms down once more. This time clasp your hands and then press your hips forward into a plank over those forearms. So your chest's going to ride forward over your hands. Pressing forwards, pressing back, lifting the hips back to downward dog. Dolphin. Really strengthening your shoulders. Push the mat firmly away through your elbows. All of your forearms should be pressing into the mat. Shoulders are away from your ears, chest is strong. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, pressing your hips up and back. working with the rhythm of your own breathing. Keeping the legs strong, heels pressing back the whole time. Coming back up onto your hands now, pressing back to downward dog once more. Head hangs heavy. Reconnecting with your breathing, re-establishing the rhythm. Looking forward, bending your knees, jump or step. Exhale into forward bend. Inhale, flattening your back, sweeping your arms to the sky. Exhale, returning your hands to prayer. Inhale up, and this time as your arms sweep up, sit back into Uttanasana, and then bring both hands down to your side and roll onto your back on the ground. Bring your knees into your chest, hugging them in nice and tight. Give yourself a little rock from side to side, releasing the tension from your spine. Release your left leg along the mat, and either with a strap or taking hold of your toes, extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Bring the knee back into your chest, hug it in nice and tight, and release along the mat. Bringing your left leg in now, squeezing it into your chest, and then either taking hold of the toes with your left hand or with a strap, pressing your heel back up towards the sky. Don't worry if your leg can't get quite straight if you don't have a strap. You're just feeling the stretch in the backs of your legs. Release the toes, bring your knee down into your chest once more, squeezing in nice and tight. Then bringing both knees in. Taking hold of the big toes and lifting your legs, straightening one then the other, pressing the soles of the feet up towards the sky and just rocking gently from side to side as the knees come down towards your rib cage. And now with those knees up by your rib cage, press your hands to the sky and then bring the elbows inside your knees. Press the knees apart with the elbows, keeping your hands flat as if you're pressing the sky away. Releasing now, extend your arms and legs away from each other, stretching. And then bring your hands, palms upwards by your sides, reaching forwards with them as you lift your legs off the mat. Just come as high as you're comfortable with, and then release back down. And one more time, squeezing your tummy down to your spine, lifting your legs, reaching away with your hands as your shoulders come off the mat, and release. Make sure you're not holding your breath through these exercises. Exhale, squeeze your tummy down towards your spine, lift your legs, stretch away through your hands, and release. Bring your knees up, crossing your feet, and take hold of your toes and give yourself a few little rolls back and forth until you can roll through to seated position. Sitting cross-legged, pop your hands down by your sides, and then squeeze, lifting your hips off the mat. Your feet might come clear, they might not. And then fold your legs in the opposite direction, hands, palms down by your sides, press down, lifting up. Excellent. And then just bringing both feet, soles together, up towards your body, coming into a cobbler's pose. Allow yourself to sit up nice and straight, taking hold of your toes or wrapping your hands around your feet. Shoulder blades sliding down your back and allowing your knees to drop gently out to the side. Releasing, take your legs out to the sides as wide as you can. Reach towards the toes or taking hold of your calves or knees. I'm not the most flexible person, I can just about reach. Some of you might be laid right down the middle of your legs. Go to where you're comfortable with without forcing. Releasing, bringing your feet back to the center, coming back into cobbler's pose, sitting up nice and tall again. Allowing the crown of your head to lift towards the ceiling, knees to drop to the sides. And then releasing your feet, crossing your legs, and have a little lift again. Again, your feet might come off the mat, they might not. Cross the opposite way, trying once again, and releasing. And then bringing the soles of your feet together once more. And this time we're going to rock up. So you're coming onto your toes, balancing on the toes. Your legs can stay wide, or you can bring the knees in once you're comfortable with your balance. Bringing your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Taking your legs wide once more. Bring your hands down to the mat. Bring the elbows to the insides of your knees, the same as we did when we're lying on our backs. And use those elbows to help open the knees as you bring your hands back to prayer. Back straight, hips dropping down. Now bringing your hands onto the mat. Allow yourself to rock forward. Press the elbows into the knees to keep them apart. Lift one foot, then the other off the mat. And rocking back down. Just taking your time with this. You might only get one foot clear, you might not get any of the feet clear. Taking your time with it. We'll have another practice. Your hands are pretty much shoulder width apart. As you rock forward, it's a very gentle motion, you're not jumping up. And your elbows just press firmly into your knees to keep them apart. Releasing now, and just allowing yourself to sit back into extended child. Sitting bones coming down towards your heels, hands reaching strongly away. Spine extending. Releasing now, tucking your toes under, coming into a low prayer squat once more, sitting bones dropping down towards your heels, weight on the balls of your feet, hands coming to prayer in front of your heart. And squeezing your tummy into your spine for balance. Bring your hands all the way around to the right hand side, about shoulder width apart, and allow yourself to tip forward, knees hooking over the right elbow, and legs extending if that feels comfortable for you. Again, have a bit of a play. Allow yourself to tip forwards, tip backwards, come back to your prayer squat, and try again. Just doing what works for you in this one. And then we'll have a go at the other side. So you can pause the video here if you want and just have a bit more of a play. Otherwise, coming to your prayer squat once more. Bring your hands all the way to the left hand side. Pushing the elbows firmly into the body and supporting the legs on the left elbow, allowing them to extend out if it's comfortable for you, otherwise keeping them tucked in. And once more, if you want a bit more time, just pause the video, have a bit of a play, otherwise coming down into your extended child, stretching your arms away, pressing your sitting bones back down towards your heels, allowing the tension to release from your body. Coming back to upright now, and we're just going to come down to the mat. So just rolling gently back down. And then bringing your heels as close to your body as you comfortably can. Keep the feet about hip width apart, and the knees in line with the feet as you curl up from the tailbone all the way to the shoulders. And if you can, clasp your hands together and work your arms underneath your body, using that to help open the chest, pressing your forearms firmly down to the mat beneath you. Bridge. Pressing the hips as high as you can, feeling your tummy inflate with every inhale and deflate with every exhale. And just making sure those knees stay in line with your ankles. Releasing your hands now, bring the palms down to the floor, and vertebrae by vertebrae release your back. You can bring your feet up onto tippy toes if you want, just to help release the lower spine. And then just making sure you've got enough space behind you, you're not going to run into a wall or anything like that. And then just bending your knees up towards your chest. Hands and palms down on the mat. And on an exhale, roll your knees up. Allow your legs to extend over your head. And they may reach the mat, they may not. I have days when I do and days when I don't. just allow them to extend overhead. If you need to, you can bring your hands to the small of your back here to help support you if you feel you're going to fall backwards. Otherwise, just let the weight of your legs counterbalance you, allowing them to straighten as much as you comfortably can. And then bringing your hands into the small of your back if they're not there already. Bending your knees towards your forehead, and then pressing the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. And you can have them about 45 degrees over your head, or you can bring them up to vertical, depending on what feels comfortable for you. Shoulder stand. So your weight should be on your shoulders, not on your neck or head. Using your arms to support you. Toe muscles are engaged, leg muscles are engaged, pressing the heels upwards. And shoulder stand's an amazing pose because it shakes up our circulation, our digestion. It helps prevent migraines, it helps stimulate the thyroid. It's got a load of awesome benefits, and it's called the Queen of the Asanas for that reason. So it's worth getting an inversion in every day. And just staying here for as long as you're comfortable. Relaxing into the pose. And then when you're ready, bending your knees back towards your forehead, extending your legs overhead, and then bringing your hands back towards the mat. And then when you're ready, palms push down to act as brakes, vertebrae by vertebrae. Allow yourself to roll all the way down. Legs coming last. Really try and control them all the way down to the mat as well. And then bending your knees again. Arms coming out at shoulder height. And allow your knees to drop to one side while your gaze drops to the other. And really release here, let your whole body go. Allow your breathing to deepen and slow. Then drawing your knees back to the center and allowing them to drop out to the opposite side. Gaze changing sides also. Allow gravity to carry your body into the mat. There should be no tension in your body now. This final belly twist is all about the release. Returning to center, extending your legs, and bringing your hands palms upwards by your side, eyes closed. Taking Shavasana, the final relaxation. And begin by allowing the outside world to drift away. Allow the sounds to become distant. The sensations to fade as you draw yourself further inwards. Become aware of your body. What has changed and what has stayed the same through your practice. And then allow it to relax. Allow your feet to roll outwards as the muscles of your thighs and calves become heavy, and drag the legs down towards the mat. Allow your fingers to uncurl as the muscles of your arms let go, as they release completely. Allow the muscles of your abdomen to uncurl, to become light, and feel your spine assume its natural shape upon the mat. Allow the tension to lift from your shoulders. Allow your neck to relax. Let your head press back into the mat beneath it, and the skin of your face becomes smooth as the muscles there let go. And when your body is perfectly at ease, when it's cradled by the mat and by the earth beneath it, draw yourself further inwards still. See yourself in a place of safety, a place of peace. It might be somewhere you've been before, or somewhere you've only imagined. But allow yourself to rest here, undisturbed by outside noises, by outside thoughts, by the distractions of the outside world. Here there is no concerns, no worries, no stresses. There is only here and now, and you, completely at ease, completely at peace. From your place of calm, your place of peace, begin to allow the outside world to seep in. The sensation of the mat against your skin, the small noises of the room around you, and allow yourself to lift slowly without letting go of the calm that you've achieved here. Bring your awareness back to your body. Be aware of the feel of your skin, the coolness or warmth of the air. And then beginning to wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, reconnecting with your body. And bringing your knees up to your chest, rolling onto your side in fetal position. And taking a moment to feel gratitude for all the incredible things your body does for you. Then placing your hands upon the mat and bringing yourself through to seated. Bring your hands to prayer. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the practice, and we'll see you next time.